Shalom, this is Amonute Tayac of Piscataway, Sophia Spiritualite, the AmaruKhan Miriyam, and I'm making this video because it's been brought to my attention that, again, these people have been threatening me in my dreams, and I just decided that whenever they threaten me privately, I'm going to make it public because you're not going to threaten me in general, and I'm not going to wait so long this time as I have in previous times because I didn't even realize that it was a threat again until I ran it by one of the sisters, and she was like, "Do you know they was threatening you again?" I was like, "Oh, um, yeah, I don't recognize. I don't have a I don't have that thing that people from the hood have where they can recognize verbal threats because I'm from the country. Like, I keep trying to tell people I'm from the country, but I don't think they really believe it. Like, I'm from the country, and I'm from the kind of place in the country where if you don't like someone, you just don't speak to them. You don't threaten them. You don't go after them. You just don't speak to them. You don't say bad about them. You just don't say anything. So I'm not used to this type of threatening where people actually say something to you, and it doesn't come with, okay, now let's like engage into a fight or something. These blind threats really, I don't recognize them. I don't have the thing to recognize them. And I realized that that's actually one of the things that makes me very special and very unique because when people say stuff to me, I just don't say anything, you know. I just don't say anything. And so anyway, that's one of my things. So I'm not going to go through the whole dream because it was a pretty long dream. It had a lot of parts in it, and most of it I don't think are relevant yet. But the again, this was like 2 days ago now. So so in this part of the dream, I was at an event. It was all people of color, melanated people, and everybody was covered in red clay dirt. And I don't know whether it was like a festival. There were speeches. I'm not sure because in real life I had gotten up to go to the bathroom and I missed that part of the event. So when I went back to sleep, this is the part that I came to. It's like the event was going on while I was using the bathroom in real life, and then I came back into the dream and picked up where it would have been if I had actually been there. So um, I was at this event, and I was amongst the invited guests. So I wasn't sitting in the stands with the regular people. I was sitting with the invited guests, and there was a coach bus that was taking everybody back to the hotel. So I I did not take the bus there. That was a whole nother thing. Um, I guess I heard that they were going to be making stops. And so instead of taking the coach bus there, I got on the metro. So this is back up the road. So so I decide now, mind you, I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to be taking this bus. I'm not really sure what my function or role is at this thing, right? So I go ahead and I get on the bus. Now, the bus was not full because some of the people who had come to the event decided to go to like some kind of after party or something like that. So the people were on the bus was there was a female that was the coordinator, and she was obviously homosexual. Then you had three big tall basketball players, like professional basketball players. Then there were they were sitting towards the front of the bus. Now on the outside of the bus was like a coach bus. On the inside it was kind of like a school bus. Um, And then there was a local DJ that I'm familiar with. It's also a homosexual. There was a producer that I'm familiar with who is probably a homosexual. Um, there was another girl, just kind of like a random girl who was friends with this other girl who was on the bus, who was a basketball player, female basketball player, very masculine. Not 100% sure if she was homosexual, but she was very masculine. The other ones were clearly homosexual, but this one was not necessarily homosexual, just very masculine. So, and then it was me. So I had gotten some food before I got on the bus, and so I was eating my food very slowly. So after a few, I guess minutes or whatever of silence, I decided, okay, well, since I'm on this bus, I may as well talk to some people. Like I knew the producer, so I was like, well, let me just talk to some people. So I put on my charm and, did the whole extrovert thing, which is very difficult for me. And I started talking to him, and we were having a pretty good conversation. And then I went and I talked to this female basketball player. And she said to me when I sat down beside her, said hi and sat down beside her, she said to me, "You don't want to sit beside me. I'm the most hated." I was like, "The most hated? What does that mean?" And she began to explain to me how because the other girl was sitting in front of her. And but she began to explain to me how she was the best basketball player in the area, male or female. She was the team that she played for. They were winning like all of their games. They were really, really good. She talked about how her and the fans loved her. Like me, she was like a fan favorite. So their games were like sold out, and it was really good for her. But she had been told by some of the people in the area that she needed to tone it down, and that she needed to play poorly, and she needed to start making sure they lose games. And she told him no. She was like, "I'm not going to play any less than the best because y'all's male team looks bad." Because they told her she was making the male team look bad. And so she told him no. Like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." So like in DC, if you get the word from someone like you need to tone it down, and then you don't tone it down, you just keep like going and ignore them, you turn into like a pariah. Like people won't speak to you. Even if you're at the top of your game, they'll just kind of they'll just start to ignore you. And ask me how I know, but they'll just start to ignore you. And it could be, I don't even know who is the one who is calling the shots, but it's whoever they be. They call the shots, and when they say, "Okay, you got to tone it down," if you don't, then they come after you basically. And so she so nobody would spend time with her, nobody would talk to her. And I was, after hearing all this, I was like, I don't care about that. Who cares? So then her and the other girl who was sitting in the seat in front of her, they just started to tell me all this stuff was going on. One kind of significant thing in this dream is that there was a lot of conversations, not a few words here. There were a lot of conversations. Even before this part of the dream, in the first part of the dream, was a lot of talking. It was a lot of talking. There's no way I could possibly remember all the talking that was going on. It was a lot of talking. So as we get closer to the hotel, which is it must be somewhere near where I'm from. And where we were was on the other side of town, like in Montgomery County. And we're going back down to South Peachy County. That's what it felt like. That's what it was, because as we got closer, we started dropping people off. And so the three big, tall basketball players, they actually were at my grandmother's house, which is a huge problem for me right now. And I could see inside the house, and it was really nice, and it was like a basketball hoop set up outside. And the female basketball player, she said she had lived down the street, but she was going to go back to the hotel. She decided to stay in the hotel. So when they get out, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to deal with this thing in the spirit realm that's going on with the house. That's what was immediately brought to me. And also, I could see why they would want to put some basketball players back there, because no one's coming back there. Ain't no hoes coming back there. Ain't no people coming back there to fight you. It's really secluded. So I could see why they would want them away, so that they couldn't get in trouble. And so while this girl, the female basketball player, was complaining, I had made up in my mind. Now, mind you, I don't know her name. I didn't even ask her name. Actually, I tend to do that. I will talk to people, and I'll be like, because I wasn't starstruck by the fact that she was a celebrity, and she was, I wasn't. I was just listening to her as a human. And so I decided, I had made up in my mind that I was going to ask her if I could come to her house and make her prepare some home cooked food, because a lot of times, these celebrities and these athletes, they don't have people to cook home cooked food for them, like that's made with love. You know what I mean? They get food and it's good, but it's different, having, food made with love. So I had made up in my mind I was going to ask her if she wanted me to come, cook some meals for her, have breakfast or dinner or whatever with her, so she wouldn't be so lonely, because that's basically what she was complaining about. She was very lonely. And before I could open my mouth to say something, the producer dude, and during this whole process, I'm still eating my food very, very slowly. Like, I don't know how long I'm chewing one bite. It's a long time. So I have a mouthful of food. So the producer guy, he comes over, and he's like, "Oh, I want you to taste my food." And I was like, I'm still eating. Like, I have a mouthful of food. I'm eating. And he's like, no, you need to taste my food. And I was like, since I did not know if I was supposed to be on the bus, I didn't want to cause any trouble. I was already feeling a little bit uncomfortable with the whole situation. I was like, okay. So I had food in my mouth. I took the food in my mouth, put it in my hand. He gave me a bite of what he had. I put it in my mouth, and then I put it in my other hand. I put my food back in. I continued to chew. My food, not the food that he gave me. The other food I had it held in my hand. And I was like, that was really weird. Like, why would he interrupt my conversation with this girl to offer me this food that I didn't even ask for? So I didn't, that's what I did. I did the switcheroo, and I was like, I didn't ask for nothing from him, and I'm not taking nothing from him. So by that time, we get back to the hotel, and we get ready to get off the bus. And before I could talk to her, I woke up. And so the sister pointed out to me that whole, I'm the most hated, or you don't want to sit by me, I'm the most hated. That was kind of like a threat. Like, they're going to hate you if you, continue to push the sister. Everybody pushing the mother, that's easy. Everybody will accept that. But I'm not pushing the mother. You hear me talk about the Theotokos with all respect and all, as much integrity and respect as I can. But really, the ruler of this time is not the mother. It's the daughter. The daughter is the one who is, she's the one who's doing all the wonder working. That Thaumaterga, that's literally the wonder worker. Wonders can only be worked in this realm. So if you want a miracle or manifestation or anything, you're using the Thaumaterga. You're not using the Theotokos. The Theotokos is the intercessor. She's the one who goes and advocates for you to the Father and to the Son. But if you want the wonders to be worked, you have to use the Thaumaterga. You have to use Philomena. You have to use the daughter. And so I thought it was interesting that I didn't recognize that as a threat. But the sister was like, no, they're telling you, if you go down this route, you will be the most hated. Now, you will be the one with the miracles. You'll be the best. You'll be the best because that's what the girl said to me. I'm the best player. Everybody loves me. All the people love me. But there's going to be these, external factors of people who call on from wherever, whatever realm they call from, that make you a pariah, that make you hated. And I told her, I don't care about that. Like, more than once she said, are you sure? Like, you don't want to sit beside me. I said, I don't care about that. I'm not here to impress anybody. I don't know any of these people, and I don't even care about these people, even if I did know them. I don't care. I guess that's why they were all degenerates. It's like, what, I gotta impress myself to degenerates? Like, no, I don't care about these people. Forget that. Forget these people. I don't care about these people. And I didn't. So, that was one part of it. That was a threat. Then the other part of it was when that producer interrupted my conversation with her to force me to take a bite of his food. Now, I also didn't realize that was kind of a threat too. Like, no, you gonna participate in my system. You're going to give me some respect and do what I say. And like I said, I took the food out of my mouth. I put his food in my mouth. I took it right back out. You're not going to tell me what I'm going to do. I didn't ask you for no help. I didn't ask you for nothing. I'm sitting here having a conversation with a person who I need to be focused on because I don't like the way that she feels. And here you are trying to interrupt me with this whatever, this little fork full of food that you think is going to cause me to lose my connection with the person I'm actually having a conversation with so that I can focus it on you. Like, no. And you may have, I had tended, and so the reason why I even bothered to record this dream was because if you look on Shavi Zane's page, she had a dream in which somebody was invading her space, right? Literally invading her space. In her dream, somebody was tap dancing on her TV stand or something. In my dream, this man forced me to take what he had to offer. And so in her dream, she recognized that she didn't chastise him in front of the other person that was there watching him tap dance. And in my dream, I did not provoke this man to anger because I didn't know if he was, I didn't know the situation. I didn't know if I was supposed to even be there. I knew that if he is homosexual, he knows more of those people in that group that I did. I don't have no allies, so I wasn't going to put myself in a position where I was going to reject him openly, so that that's another thing. I didn't want to reject him openly, and leave myself open to these kind of issues. I decided I would just discard it privately, which is what I did. I said, okay, sure. I took the bite. He turned around. I spat it out. I put my food back in. And I just didn't say anything. I held it in my hand. I just didn't say anything. And then when it was just gone. I just didn't say anything. So, because we're in Sagittarius season, these people are going to be trying to provoke you. Not only is it Sagittarius season, right? This is a time period that is ruled by Jupiter. Now, on our tarot spiral, this is also the 8, 9, and 10 of swords. We have the King of Swords and the Page of Swords. And this is also the Death card and the Tower. Is it Death? No. This is Judgment and the Tower. No, Judgment and the Devil. Judgment and the Devil. So it's a lot of ending energy. Now I can't breathe. That's crazy. It's a lot of ending energy. It's a lot of very fiery energy. It's a lot of people doing what they can to get out of this 8, 9, and 10 of swords energy that they find themselves in. And so what they're trying to do is figure out a way to recontract with us to avoid this judgment. The judgment is coming, period. The judgment and the devil is coming to collect. There's nothing they can do to get around this. Actually, the judgment is happening now, and the devil is coming to collect starting on when the sun is in 16 degrees of let me see. When the sun gets to 16 degrees, we're at 6 degrees now. So when the sun gets to 16 degrees, let me see what day that is. Okay, so around December the 8th, the sun will be in 16 degrees of Sagittarius. I heard something else about that day. When it gets to 16 degrees of Sagittarius, it's going to be in like a, was that a trine? It's going to be in a square. It's going to be in a square with Juno and, is that a square? Quincux, I think, with Chiron. So around that time, and the moon and the south node, yeah, the moon and the south node on that day, December the 8th, are going to be at, they're going to be in a conjunction. They're going to be on a conjunction, and it's going to be a conjunction with Neptune. So December the 8th, we just got to drop. Thank you, guys. December the 8th is going to be a really difficult day because that is when these people are going to get drug. I mean, spiritually be drug out of here. I'm saving that. I'll post this chart on my page too. Hold on. This is a spirit day. I don't know. Because the new moon is on the 12th. So this is not even nobody is, I just call it a spirit day. Yeah, and the sun is going to be at the same degree as the part of fortune too. So, that's 16 degrees. And so that is going to be I think it's going to be a good day for us because that's when the devil is coming to collect. That's when the devil is coming to collect. So, and every year when the sun gets into 16 degrees, from when it gets into 16 degrees all the way through the end of Sagittarius season, that's where you're going to see the sins explode. I mean, because they got it, these deals can't go without being collected. So now you see the judgment being called. So another reason I know that's true is because Rihanna, her Savage Fenty clothing line is being called out for having worst clothing situation warehouse situations than Shein. With Shein, it's really, really bad. That's why I don't like ordering that stuff. But her company is just as bad with their situation with how they pay people and how they treat people and stuff. So they couldn't get the whole ASAP Rocky thing is looking like, a little suspect. So they had to go at her a different way. That is that judgment. No matter what, you can't outrun the judgment. That's why you can't feel bad for any of these celebrities, any of the stuff you see going on. Everything that's happening to them is something that they earned. Everything that's happening to everybody is something that they earned right now. So right now we're in the judgment. The horn is being blown. The thing is being called. And so these fools showed up in my dream to try and get me. Oh, I gave her some food when she was hungry. I got to get some kind of credit. Like, no, you didn't feed her. First of all, I wasn't even hungry. Second of all, I didn't ask for it. Third of all, I spit it out. Isn't that what one of the scriptures is? You gotta, hold on, let me see. That is one of the scriptures. Look, we may as well do the whole, if we're going to do the dream decode, I'm sorry, y'all. We may as well do the whole thing. Let me go to New King James. Something about spitting. Yeah, spit you out. Ooh, that's Revelations 3:16. Revelations 3:16. Let me start. The lukewarm church. Ooh, child. It was a melanated person. Ooh, child. Ooh, let's read this. I start with 14. Revelations 3:14. The lukewarm church. And to the angel of the church of the Laodiceans write, these things, the Amen, the faithful and the true witness, the beginning of the creation of God. I know your works, that you are neither cold nor hot. I wish you were cold or hot. So then, because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will vomit you out of my mouth. Because you say, I am rich, have become wealthy, and have need of nothing, and do not know that you are wretched, miserable, poor, and blind, and naked. I counsel you to buy from me gold refined in the fire, that you may be rich, and white garments, that you may be clothed, that the shame of your nakedness may not be revealed, and anoint your eyes with eye salve, that you may see. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Keep that in mind. Therefore, be zealous and repent. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come to him and dine with him, and he with me. To him who overcomes, I will grant to sit with me on my throne, as I also overcame and sat down with my Father on his throne. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. Ooh. So that was a message. This is to the lukewarm church. These people think, hey, I have everything that I need. I fed the hungry and I took care. They let me ride on their little bus and, go stay in this hotel and all of this stuff. And we gave her something. No, it's not what she asked for. No, it's not what she was supposed to have. No, we took her inheritance and because remember, it was a coach bus on the outside, but it was a school bus on the inside. So it looked like we were riding in coach. When you looked at the bus, you're like, oh, they riding in style. We got on the bus and it was a school bus on the inside. Right? So they act like they've been doing something for us. They put on a good cover. When I already had food, then they're like, oh, let me give you some of my food. I insist that you take my food, right? But that's not what I asked for, and furthermore, I had my own food. And also, them offering me food interrupted my whole conversation with the person I was talking to. And that makes me think that, and even the girl I was talking to, right, I believe that was a version of our sister, of Philomena, because I didn't think this person was gay. I just thought this person was very masculine. And that makes me think that, that reminds me of the virgin martyrs, because a lot of them, oh, you know what? That reminds me of the virgin martyrs, because a lot of them, they took more abuse than the women did. These were Amazonian women, right? So, and then when I was talking to her, she was so upset because she was lonely. You know, it's like nobody knows that she exists. I mean, nobody over besides Sister Myra, who has been talking about the whole cosmic family. No one is talking about the daughter. Nobody. Nobody is taking up for the Thaumaterga. Nobody is taking up for Saint Philomena. Even her little, groups of people who follow her, they have not done anything to move the needle on the wonders that she can do. And so, they asked me in the dream, she asked me, you don't want to do this, do you? I'm sure you don't want to do this because I will be the most hated. And if you know anything about my page, I don't care about being the most hated anything. I've been the most hated my whole life because I show up and I'm very good at whatever it is that I'm doing. So much better than the people who bloodlined in and practice and trained and all of that. I mean, how many people do you know that can go into a choir and sing all four parts? Yeah, I can sing all four parts. I may have never heard the song. Let me hear it a few times. Maybe not even a few times. Let me hear it one time. I know where the progressions are going. I can sing all four parts. And I realize now why the Most High did not allow me to have the gift of playing the piano, because if I played music, I would be more hesitant to leave the church, because you make a lot of money as a piano player. They put a lot of pressure on the piano players. So because I don't play, I'm just a singer. If I keep my mouth closed, nobody will know that I can sing. All I have to do is shut up. And then if I open my mouth, of course, you're going to know. But, how many people can outsing? Not only can I walk into a choir, this is kind of like an aside, but it's important. Not only can I walk into a choir and sing every single part, I can also sing every section. I can be louder than every section. I often, in recordings, hear myself. I have to work really, really hard to blend in, because I have a unique voice, but I also have a loud voice. I have a lot of volume with my voice, so I can outsing the whole section. I'm not even a soprano. I can outsing the first sopranos. I can hit the high notes. I can hit the baritone notes too. I can do both. So, that often makes people angry, because they feel like, sister so-and-so, she's our lead soprano. Oh, really? Okay. Let me hear her. Oh, she's the lead soprano? I was just saying with her. They say, I'm out singing her. Ooh, she's mad. Now, she's mad at me. I realize how many people I've made upset over the years. Just trying to make I like to have choirs that sound good. So I will switch parts. I'll be like, okay, put me in the middle. Okay, if I'm going to sing on the soprano side, put me by the tenors. I will also sing tenor. I will sing soprano and tenor, because the tenors are kind of weak on some notes, and you want to have that harmony, bass booming. It'll be all sopranos. I was in when I was in college, our soprano section was 9 people and me. We still sang louder than the altos. The altos had like 30 people. I would always say, like, man, come on, altos. How am I out singing the whole alto section? I can't sing soprano and alto at the same time. Like, my voice don't do that. And they were on separate sides, so it would confuse the tenors. Like, what's wrong with you people? So anyway, and then like in high school, I was the first female student director who did not play the piano, but I could still sing everybody's part. Because I didn't play the piano, it was a handicap for my high school choir. I made up for that by being able to sing everyone's part, and I could sing everyone's part. I went to everybody's little section rehearsal, and I knew all of their parts. And if they were messing up, I would be like, no, that's not it. That's not it. That's not right. Y'all gotta sing like this, whatever it is, and I will be singing a baritone. They will be like, dang, you can hit baritone too? Yes. Yes, I sing all the parts. In multiple languages, all of that. So I don't have a problem with being the most hated. I've been the most, I mean, that was high school. Middle school, elementary school, before school, when I was just at church, I've been the most hated my whole life. Do I act like I don't care about that? I don't care about that. And, so to threaten me by saying, oh, you're going to be the most hated, yeah, that's your opinion. And then also to make our sister look so masculine. Like, come on now. That's the only version of me you could give her. But now I understand why this whole thing of, if you're an aggressive female, in general, they make that sound like it's so bad. It's like, no, it's only bad when it's out of place. I'm not aggressive all the time. I get on these videos, I'm very aggressive. And I know when to not be aggressive. When I'm talking to people who need some power behind them, like, come on, you got to get this, you got to get up and get it. I take on that aggressive role. But if that's unnecessary, I try to ease back and be like, oh, okay. Like with my nieces and stuff, my kids, I go hard on them because I don't want them to grow up and be like a king. And now I have a clear image in my mind. If I don't go hard on my kids, they're going to turn out like king. Oh, no. So I ain't never not going to be going hard on my kids. I'm going to be going hard on them. I don't want them to end up that person, individual, who needs to see, he need to go sit somewhere by the beach for about 6 months and see a really, really good therapist, and get some really good spiritual treatments to remove that whatever is on him, which our women could do. Ti, our women can do this. You can just give us a call, hit us up. Our women can do this for you, but we ain't doing it for free because we know you all got money over there. Not that we wouldn't do it for free, but we're not doing it for free for people who benefited off of making money off of our community. You will have to put it back into our community. And not by building some housing that somebody's going to pay you rent. No. You will have to pay, right? And we'll take that thing that's on him off of him, right? Because anybody could see he's got something on him. I hate to do that to kids though, but anybody could see that, right? So, yeah, to make her look so masculine and to make her so lonely. I was really more upset at how lonely she was. Like, I didn't like that. I mean, nobody. If I'm talking to anybody and they're legitimately lonely, I'm not gonna be like, oh well, hey, you should just go. I never once said, hey, maybe you should just play worse. Because that was what was presented to her. Play bad, lose games. Don't be great. Don't be who you are. Be less than who you are so you can stop intimidating the men. Specifically because their team was better than the men's team. And the men were sitting at the front of the bus, right? And the female basketball player, now it was one of her and it was 3 of them. She was sitting at the back of the bus. They were sitting at the front of the bus. The last shall be first and the first shall be last. And these men were big, tall men. She was tall, but she was better than them in every possible way. She was very sad about that. And so if that was, before I went to sleep last night, I said, please take me to her. Let me spend some time with her. I don't know what happened because I don't remember my dreams from last night. But I did ask, and I'll be asking until I have confirmation that I'm spending time. I don't want to, even in my dream state, I feel bad. I woke up thinking, dang, I need to tell her that I will spend time with her. I will take up for her. I felt really, really compelled to do that. And the fact that this man interrupted me by trying to force me into eating some of this food, made me really upset. And so, I feel compelled. And so now maybe it's time to get into this stuff about the Thaumaterga, because if you want to know where the miracles are, you got to talk to the Wonderworker. Our brother did the miracles in the name of the Wonderworker. He wasn't doing the miracles by himself. He was using the power that came from her. Now, he has power too. I'm not negating the power of our brother. But to act like he's the only one with the power is really, really disrespectful. And they don't mention her by name in the Bible, so you think that it's okay to just pretend that she doesn't exist. But I met her, and she's lonely. I don't like that, because nobody deserves that. If you're the best, if you are the best, you're the best person in the league. And I thought it was weird they used basketball reference too, because I don't know nothing about basketball. I'm as clueless about sports as I am about anything. But if you're the best in the league, the absolute best in the league, and everybody is acting like, yeah, but tone it down because you're making those guys up there look bad. What? See, this is why I like Deion Sanders. I understand him. Right now, he's rebuilding a whole team, right? So it's not even him playing. He's coaching. He's coaching from the sidelines. This is how it is with us. Our sister is coaching us from the sidelines, right? She's coaching from the sidelines. And we don't look so good right now, right? We don't look so good. A lot of people don't know the energy that they're working with. So we don't look so hot. But we have to keep working with the energy. We don't have to keep working with the energy. You can right now say to her, if this is your choice, we'll tone it down so that our brother looks better. We want our brother to shine. You can say that. That's your choice. I'm not telling you what choice to make. That is absolutely your choice. You could tell her, tone it down. Hey, sis, I love you. You're great. You've done all these amazing things for me on this physical realm, but I need you to tone it down because I want my daddy to shine. You could do that. Or tone it down, I want my mama to shine. You can do that. That's your choice. I'm not doing that. I feel very uncomfortable with that, even as a thought. Don't tone it down. Turn it up. Let's turn it up to 1,000. I'll run with the baton by myself. They hate you, they gonna hate me too. That's how I feel. So threatening me by saying, oh, you'll be the most hated, I don't care about that. Y'all can hate me all you want. The hate ain't going. If you could take me out, you would have done it by now. You can't do it. Even you tried to poison me in my dream with that food from that person. It doesn't matter. I spit it out. I took my food in. I didn't pay y'all no attention. And I didn't start no fights. I'm not coming here to start no fights. It ain't going to be no fighting. We're done fighting. Let my spirit team or whoever handle. It's no more fighting. I didn't even fight with that man. There's no more fighting. Now is not the time for fighting. There's no more fighting. Right now, my sister is lonely. I don't like that. People are still ignoring that she exists. They're pretending that she doesn't exist. She's whatever. No. We're not doing that no more. We're done with that. We're on to the next phase. And so the people who want to continue to push the mother and the father and the brother as if the sister is not a non-factor, the miracles aren't being worked through her, that time has come to an end. You're going to have to come to the sister with some respect. And the sisters. You're going to have to come to the sisters with some respect. The sister and the sisters. You're going to have to come with some respect. You're going to stop disrespecting my sister like that. Having her looking all disheveled and masculine and making her feel like a daggone man and like she's got to be a man in order to be good. Nah, y'all go like she's not the best. No, she's the best. That's what she was designed to do. You're not going to take away her design, her skills, her amazing qualities and give it to a man. Y'all not doing that no more. It's over. It's over. So December the 8th, that's when we switch into the Hellhounds are coming. Somebody else had a dream and I was like, ooh. Those are the Hellhounds. I told them. I think those was the Hellhounds, man. I remember. I don't remember who it was though. But so yeah, that threat was bad, and now I'm going 10 toes down with the sister. with the daughter, with my sister, with my mother's daughter. She don't deserve to be treated the way that she has been. Just an afterthought. The Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Like the Nina, the girl. Just that girl over there. No. You couldn't have made it to this country without that girl over there. So you're not going to pretend like she's just some girl. No, she's the daughter. The cosmic family will be restored. The evening is coming. The evening is coming. Before you can get to the night, you got to go through the evening. The evening. The evening out. You got to go through the evening before you can get to the night. Before you can get to the morning. It always said the evening and the morning were the first day. Why did the evening come first? Why y'all worshiping the morning star when the evening came first? See, the Bible is too deep for some people. You can't even get past the first verse. In the beginning. What does that mean? I'm sorry. That's another tangent. Point of the matter is, it's time for our sister to stand up. I'm not going to leave her alone. I implore you to search your heart and see if you're ready for the feminine, the sister and the sisters to stand up and come back into power, and know that you're going to be hated for it, and decide if you're willing to endure that hate. If not, it's fine. Just say, no, I'm not. I want the father to shine. I want the mother to shine. I want our brother to shine. I'm not willing to be the most hated. I don't care. Black women is already the most hated. Just put me at the top of the list. Make me public enemy number 1. I volunteer. How about that? How about that for trying to threaten me in my dream? I volunteer. I volunteer to be the most hated. Because the most hated means that I also am the best. I have the most money. Now, mind you, because those male basketball players, they had to go back to their little house. She was staying at the hotel. And they sucked as players. They were being embarrassed by a woman on a daily basis. That's in the prayer. Hold on, y'all. That's in the prayer. This is what I asked for. Here we go. This is in Judith's prayer, in the book of Judith. Crush their pride by the hand of a woman. That's what I asked for in my prayer every day for 22 days. Crush their pride by the hand of a woman. Now, let's see if you're really ready for it, because the things that I can do have yet to even been spoken. And the wrath of our sister has yet to been felt. So, think about it, pray about it. I just wanted to share this. I thought it was important. And now that I've done this decode, it's even more important. Sorry this had to be so long, but I really wanted to get this out there. And so keep track of your dreams. It's really, really important. You never know what piece you have that fits with someone else's piece. We just have to piece together what we can, right? So, shalom everyone, and we'll see you in the next video.